He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Aquaman. Me and my nephew went to go see it today. Most of the time, that's the only time I go to the movies is when my nephew wants to go see certain movies. I still have not seen movies that I want to see because I have not had the time, but I always make time for movies that he wants to see. And so we saw Aquaman today, and we also saw Bumblebee. So we're going to review those two movies. This one is just Aquaman. I'm going to do a second one for Bumblebee because I have many comments and concerns about that one. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. Jaybird. Dun, 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 dun. I like doing that now. You know, contact me below. We got email address, P.O. Box. Follow me on Instagram, J_Lees_Corner on IG, and all that good stuff. So, Aquaman. So, I liked Aquaman. I thought it was a really, really good movie. I thought it wasn't too long, but it wasn't short either. It's somewhere in between. I have never read the comics. I have no idea about any of the backstory. So for me, it was a great, great treat to see this movie because for me, everything was new. Even though some things I predicted throughout the movie, it wasn't still a spoiler about it. It wasn't like a spoiler, whatever, but I could just see certain things coming. But some things I did not see coming. So we see that as Arthur and Mera. Now, see, I don't know who Mera is. So, you know, finding out who she was, I'm like, oh, that was surprising. So I think it's great when a person goes to see, you know, one of the superhero movies, and you're actually, and you want to see it because I love Marvel, I love DC, I love, what is it? Wait, no, it was DC and Marvel. Yeah, girl, come on now. I love them both. So I like all the superhero movies. So I was very, very excited to see this movie just as much as my nephew. So, you know, I'm not going to give everything away, but I'm going to give a lot of stuff away. So it's spoilers here. So don't watch if you don't want any spoilers. So, you know, the movie starts off, we see Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman plays Atlanta. Okay, and it's Atlanna. Okay, she is the queen of Atlantis, and we see her in the beginning of the movie, and she's kind of washed up on shore where Arthur's father finds her, and then they fall in love. Okay, and they have little Arthur, better known as Aquaman, who becomes Aquaman later. She is really, she's a badass. Oh, she's a badass. She kicked ass in this movie. You know, she was on land for a while up until Arthur looked like he was like 3 or 4 years old, and they came to get her. Okay, and when they came to get her in this particular scene, she kicked some ass. Okay, but she knew I have to go back because it was an arranged marriage to the person who was the king. Okay, but she didn't really want to be there, so she left, got, you know, with Arthur's father, had a baby, and was happy in love until they came to get her ass. Okay, and so we see that's how the movie kind of starts off. But her and Arthur's dad, what is Arthur's dad's name? I don't want to keep calling him Arthur's dad. In the movie, he was Tom Curry. Okay, his real name is, I can't pronounce it, T-M-U-E-R-A Morrison. So they had they was like in love. And she's like, yeah, you know, I'll come back when it's safe, because if I don't leave, they're gonna keep coming back. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. I have to protect you and him, our son Arthur. But meet me at this pier at sunset. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back when it's safe. Just meet me here. It was real cute. And then she had to go back. So, you know, she did go back or whatever, and you know, it was sad because his daddy sat up here all the time up until he was grown. So we do see the scene, you know, it kind of fast forward to, you know, it's years and years later. Now Arthur was all grown up or whatever. He's come to his abilities. So we see a whole like little submarine being taken over by pirates. Okay, by who? By pirates. And I was like, is this man on the screen? Like, who is this man? I'm like, hey, Daddy, what's your name, Daddy? And I was with my nephew. I was with my nephew, so I couldn't be too ratchet or whatever. But I was like, in the theater. His name, I cannot pronounce it at all. It's spelled Yahya, Abdul Mateen II. Is it maybe Yaya? Yaya? I can't pronounce it. But he's, he plays Manta. He's very cute. He's very, he's very cereal popping up on my iPad. Because I guess I said because he's very cute. But he's a villain in this movie. And, I was just like, I was like, hey, I think I like villains. Or people who just look like a badass, okay? So we see he's like a sea pirate, okay? He's a whole sea pirate. He's on a pirate, getting all the booties of the things. And it's actually him and his daddy, okay? Now, wait, I'm gonna move his picture over here so I can show his daddy. And my face maybe cut off, but you know what I'm saying? It's okay. So his father is also there, and they're both pirates of the sea, okay? So the daddy is, teaching his son how to be a pirate of the sea. And when they on the sea, we see Aquaman jump into motion, okay? Now when Aquaman jump on, let me take their pictures away real quick. When Aquaman comes on, I was like, who is that? It was Arthur. And I was like, come through, Arthur. Okay, come through, Jason Momoa. I can't pronounce it right, but he is Aquaman. He also played Khal Drogo on Game of Thrones. He's also Lisa Bonet's husband in real life. He is sexy, okay? He is The Rock times 30, okay? He's what The Rock was when The Rock was doing, the Scorpion King movies and all that stuff, except he not bald, so all the hair, it makes it even better, okay? He looks amazing. But you know what I'm saying? He come in doing his thing, whatever. Saving the day, saving the submarine or whatever. And now I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And then we see Manta doesn't like it. No, he does not. And so they fighting back and forth. So we do know that Aquaman, Arthur, saved the people on the boat. But in the process, he messed around and killed Manta's daddy. Okay, Manta's daddy, I might be out of frame a little bit. It's okay, y'all know what I look like. Manta's daddy, yep, and that's what Manta again. Daddy gets, because it's funny because I'm all out of the screen. But Manta's father is like they was killing people, like they on the boat, just killing innocent people or whatever. And so when Aquaman beat him, because they didn't know Aquaman was also bulletproof and knife proof. And then when it was fighting, Aquaman like knocked him down or whatever, and then the father shot off a big old bullet or whatever, which made the boat flood, and he was trapped under some stuff. And then Matt's like, oh, help me, save my father. And then Arthur was like, no, get yourself out of there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have killed countless innocent people. You know what I'm saying? You better ask the sea for grace, because it ain't gonna come from me. And he left. Okay? He left Manta and Manta Daddy to die. And I said, first of all, Manta Daddy deserved to die and burn to hell because he cheated on Terry in Soul Food. Okay? Manta Daddy had sex with Terry's cousin Faith in Soul Food. So he getting his comeuppance. Okay? He getting his comeuppance. I'm just saying. Manta Daddy has played a lot of people that we don't like. Okay? A whole bunch of people we don't like. You shouldn't have cheated on Terry with Faith and Soul Food, Manta Daddy. You shouldn't have did it. Anyway, so Manta, they like, leave me because you ain't gonna be able to save yourself, okay? So son, leave me and be well. He was like, no, because his daddy had to die. And so, daddy threw off a bomb or whatever. And then Manta left. So, Manta now hates Aquaman. Okay. And he's like, I'm going to get him. Or whatever. And I'm like, well, okay, get him then. It gets him. So, we see that premise of the movie. The scenes were great. The fighting scenes are really, really good. So, we see that's the manifestation. manifestation, that's a real word, of that a little beef or whatever. So, you know, we see that happen. We also see how Arthur is really, really close with his dad still. We see the dad at the pier at sunset waiting for Atlanta, but she ain't there, okay? It's been all these years. And then we see him and Arthur hanging out or whatever. We see Arthur has fans. We see people know of this Aquaman, I'm saying, and all that stuff. We do see little snips and clips of Arthur growing up, coming into his powers when he was a kid, kind of being bullied. He was at an aquarium, and the kids like pushed him and pushed him and pushed him or whatever. And then the shark, seen him being a shark, was like seeing it happening, and the shark kept boom, boom, trying to break through the glass. And then Arthur, as a kid, you know, put his hands to the glass, and it was like little sonic waves, which made, you know, the animals listen to him. You can talk back and forth, and they was like, oh my God. And you see Arthur's eye color change, okay, and he's now Aquaman or whatever, and you see all the fish and the sharks and the sea animals come stand behind him like we a whole army, bitch, what you gonna do, okay? And the kid like, oh wow, he's different. So we see that whole thing. We see him growing up and being taught to fight by by another Atlantean. We do see his mom never comes back to him. So he was only trained by someone, because he knew who he was. He knew who his mother was. He remembered that, but he also knew his mama went back to Atlantis because she had to. So we see that whole thing. So we do see, I'm trying to delete stuff shortly but surely as I'm going through this. We do see that he's on land, but, you know, there's some bullshit afoot, if you ask me. So we see King, what's his name? King Nereus. I know I'm fucking up his name, y'all, but don't judge me. And we also see, and this is gonna make me pop out of frame more than likely, King Orem. Okay, now first of all, these weaves, okay, these weaves and wigs, I'm like, Jesus, they was something to behold. Now King Nereus is played by, what's his name, the dude from Rocky. What's his name? Dolph from Rocky. I'm like, he looks really, really young here. And I don't think he looks young because it's the makeup. I'm like, he just looks really good for his age. Okay, he could have done his creed. But whatever. Now this person, he is Arthur or Aquaman's half brother. He is the son of Atlanta and the man that she was forced to marry, okay? And he was raised to think, you know, land people is horrible. He hate his half brother. That's a rumor, whatever. He don't like. So he's the asshole of it all, okay? And they meeting up because they both kind of want a war with the land people, because they feel like we is crappy because we be polluting their waters, we be putting trash in their stuff, so they don't really like us. But King Nereus, these names, doesn't really want to do it per se, but he wants to make it look like he's being forced to do it. So after having a little meeting of the minds to discuss it, you know, a ship comes and tries to kill him or whatever. It's a submarine ship, and who was on that ship? The Mantis dude sent the ship there. Why? Because Mantis is working with this guy. Okay, Mantis working with him to send people in and make people think, oh, it's a war. The land people are trying to, war against us. So we see that whole thing. Cool. Anyway, we then see, they're like, okay, since they want to comfort us, we gonna comfort them. Now we see Mera pops up, okay? And Mera is beautiful, okay? She's gorgeous. Her hair, I had an issue with her hair. To me, it was a bad wig. I think it could have been a better weave. I think they needed like a black weaveologist on set to do her hair. It didn't look bad or whatever, but sometimes when it was dry, I wish it just flowed. It looked too much like a weave, like a wig. I didn't like that about it. Anyway, I don't like this lipstick. It's not as good as other ones. Anyway, she come on land to try to get Arthur to help. Okay, we know you Aquaman. We need you to come back to the water. And he like, I told y'all I ain't no king. I'm good. Y'all killed my mother. Y'all sent her off to be dead or whatever. Forget y'all. I ain't got time for it. But he then has time for it because they send a whole tsunami water thing that fucks everything up in the world. So he realized he has to go back down. So the whole movie is about that. Him having to try to save land because his crazy ass half brother wants to take over this and take over that. So we see that whole thing. What was some other good parts? I mean, it was a good movie, but that's the gist of what the movie was about. The chemistry between Mera and Arthur was amazing. I loved it. Okay. I was shocked to find out that Mera was actually the brother Orm's betrothed fiance or whatever. So that was a little bit confusing for me. However, take Mera off. We also had this person. Okay. Now see, he was like the right hand to Aquaman's brother, but he also had been training Arthur his whole life to basically be king a little bit, like teach him how to fight and teach him the ways of Atlantis, because he lived on land. But Arthur lived on land, so he, had a half human life or whatnot. But I don't know how to pronounce, what's his name on here? Vulko. William Dafoe is what his name is. But is it Vulko? Vulko? Y'all know I messed up these names, so don't judge me. I'm watching the movie, leave me be. But when I seen him, I said, hold up now. That's the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. You can't trust the Green Goblin from Spider-Man because he tried to kill Spider-Man. He then tried to blame Spider-Man for all kinds of Spider-Man didn't do. You can't trust this man. You cannot trust the Green Goblin in nothing he plays in. I don't care what to say. And so the whole movie, I'm like, the Green Goblin is playing people. The Green Goblin, don't trust him. Arthur, don't trust him. But he was actually trustworthy. Because I was like, because he's the Green Goblin. I just didn't trust him. So we do see the Green Goblin helping Arthur. We do see Mera helping Arthur. But they're doing all of it behind Mira's father's back and behind Arthur's stepbrother's back, because they don't want people to know they doing it. But then we had, Arthur finally went down there and said, yes, I'll do whatever. I'll, fight my brother and do this and do that. And then they end up getting caught, okay? Because they was in an undersea boat talking about how they gonna get it done or whatever. And then here come the Aquaman. Here come the Atlantis water police, taking them away. And then he was taken to the custody of his brother. And then Aquaman like, you know what? I challenge you to a fight or whatever, and I'm gonna kick your ass. Real American like, real landman like, real, you don't know the real thing, how they do things down in Atlantis, and you tripping like. But he was real, he was like a brute. I come through with brute force, and that's all I know what to do. I don't really think things through just yet. And, it was brother against brother, okay? And the scenes were amazing. I mean, the color, and we didn't see it in 3D. The colors, the movements, the underwater world, it was amazing. I don't want to sound racist, but I feel like Aquaman was like the white version of Black Panther. Because Black Panther was 100% absolutely amazing, and I felt like Aquaman was also amazing. It wasn't Black Panther. Now don't get me misconstrued. Now it was not Black Panther at all. And I know my face is cut off. It was not Black Panther, but I still felt like the visuals and the time they probably took to build out this story and the time they took out to have it look as amazing as it looked, okay, when they were in the water, how their hair flowed, and it didn't look fake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the weaves sometimes they look a little fake or whatever, and when they had to make the older people look younger, they wasn't really real. But the scenery was amazing. It was flawless. I loved it. This scene of the two brothers facing each other about to fight, it was amazing. It was just overall a really, really great movie. Mera, realizing this is not, the thing they should be doing. He should not be facing off against his brother just yet. And her going in to save Arthur. Because, again, Arthur to me wasn't Aquaman just yet. Going in to save him from being killed by his brother was amazing, and them trekking off to find this staff that would give him the power to be the true king of Atlantis, and them going on, to different places. And it was a thing to where she was like, they were judging lands, but they had never been there. The same way he was judging Atlantis, even though he had never been there. So him spending time in Atlantis and seeing different things, and then now with her going with him on lands, and they went to Sicily, Italy. They went to the Sahara Desert, and her seeing the beautifulness of land and not all the bullshit of it, was also amazing as well. Them going to the like demon type people, not demon, but the creature people, I don't know what else to call them, that lived, deep down in the water, deep in the darkness, and they were scared of the light. Them, even that, seeing he and Mera swim down, and all they have as a flare to keep the creatures off of them, and then they were just swimming until they found this light of an opening, and I said that light gonna be his mama, because he went there because his mom was sent there to die, and that's also where this staff was that he could get to become, the person who can save it all. And they get there, and then Mera is saved by some mystery person. And who was the mystery person? It was his mama. She was alive. She had survived and got through and had been there for all those years, and she could not get out because the only way out was to get the staff. And to get the staff, then you had to be worthy of the staff, because the past king had took it, stuck it down in the ground, and kind of, sealed himself off with it. And it was protected by this creature of all creatures who had killed all people before, who had came to get it, who was not worthy. It was amazing, even seeing him go and, not fight, but have to go get the staff, okay? Swim through it, talk and say how, he's not worthy, he is half human, but he's fighting not just for himself, but he's fighting to save all the people that he loved, and him being worthy of it. And then he got the staff, and he became Aquaman. He became looking all good and stuff. Don't look good, y'all? The little shiny suit, okay? The light shining between his legs because it's probably golden between there. It was just amazing, you know what I'm saying? Then him, controlling the sea and the people and stopping the war, and still fighting his brother. Whatever, bringing his mama back. It was amazing, okay? If you have not seen Aquaman, I didn't give too many spoilers away. If you have not seen it, it's still worth seeing. My nephew loved the movie. It was a little over 2 hours, but it was completely worth it. It could have been 10 minutes shorter, okay? Here and there, like little stuff here, little stuff there. But it was still an overall really, really, really good movie. To me, it was just as good as Black Panther. It wasn't better than Black Panther, not at all, okay? It wasn't better than, but I feel like the same way they took their time and made Black Panther look the way it looked with the technology, the land, they did the same thing with this. Each different section of Atlantis, of the land, of the people, it looked amazing. It did not look cheap. It did not look like it was all visual effects. It looked like a real world, and I love the movie. I can't wait to see a sequel. It was funny at parts as well. It was funny in different parts too. I like that. Seeing his mom come home to his dad was amazing. So I can't wait to see where it goes. We did see that Mantis had came back and had got, because Mantis was of course being helped by his brother, and so his brother gave Mantis like Atlantic gear and weapons or whatever, which Mantis then kind of improved to be his own. And when he and Aquaman fought before he became Aquaman, he was like knocked unconscious into the water, I'm like, oh, he dead. He wasn't dead. He wasn't. At the end they show him being, found in a shipwreck, being found by a scientist who was on the news earlier saying that he knew that there was proof of Atlanteans in his Aquaman or whatever. So I'm like, now the crazy black man who's gonna be known as Black Mantis got a crazy Asian scientist on the side. I said, Lord Jesus, gonna be some stuff. So I can't wait until they make another one. It was amazing. It was amazing. I told you I have not read the comics, so I'm not an expert at all in these, superhero films, but I love the movies. I really, really do. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little recap of the whole movie. Again, I did not give away too much, so that way if you go see it, you will still be pleasantly surprised in certain things. I covered all the great things that I liked about the movie. Yeah, it was good though. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm Jay Lee. That's Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.
He's like love, love, love.